This is actually going to be my first time seeing the rail since I painted it, because it was nighttime when I painted it last night. I think I did a good job. Like, I used flashlights and made sure that I got everything. Oh, I see it. Oh, can you guys see it over there? Oh, there she is. Not to toot my own horn, but actually, yes, to toot my own horn. There's going to be a lot of horn tooting in this video. I'm just proud of it, man. And I think I can be proud of it. It looks like a legit, like, professionally made rail, at least from a distance. I'm sure if you look closely at the welds, you'll be able to tell that they weren't made by someone that knows exactly what they're doing. But I mean, dude, that is like that is such a sick looking rail, dude. Oh, I'm hyped. Okay, I just went and picked this up because we're gonna need this for the final step of actually mounting this thing into the asphalt. This is the part that I'm nervous about. Well, I've been nervous about all this, but at least so far I've been able to be pleasantly surprised with how things turn out. Get ready to turn your guys' volume all the way up. It's become a staple in the YouTube videos. Someone said, please more garage door ASMR in the last video. That got me cracking up. All right, so let's go over this anchor situation because I need to make sure I do this right. These are the anchors that I settled on. They are designed specifically for asphalt use as opposed to concrete use because I learned those are two different things in terms of mounting stuff to them. When I made the famous Garrett's 4-stair rail, I just bolted it straight into the concrete using concrete anchors. I had mentioned that, I mean, I thought that was my plan, was just to bolt this rail into here using concrete anchors, but because asphalt is more porous over time, and especially like with rain, with snow, you're constantly gonna hit this rail skating it, you're gonna wiggle it and jiggle it, they'll just loosen up. Which is why we settled on these asphalt anchors, which unfortunately were a lot more expensive, so thank you to my channel members. It's always hard for me to find the balance of like promoting channel memberships here on my channel, but without sounding like a broken record and like overly like pushing it on you guys, because that's not the goal. The other side of that though, and like full transparency, YouTube ad revenue alone does not nearly cover, you know, the expenses that I've put into machinery, to material, to everything that goes into this. And the revenue from channel memberships has been a huge help in being able to do projects like this and continue this going. So every now and then I will throw like lighthearted thanks to my channel members into the videos, but I really do mean it, and no obligation at all. Obviously, I don't want to make it seem like I'm shoving channel memberships down your throat at all, but if you are interested in going above and beyond and supporting further than just watching the YouTube videos, I do have a link in the description of all my videos where you can join as a channel member. And again, all the revenue goes into stuff like the new tube notcher we got, the CNC plasma table, the material for the rails, the little dolly we got for our welding tanks, the bandsaw, like all of this stuff has been funded 100% from YouTube and channel memberships. Yeah, I don't want to bore you guys too much with that and sound like a broken record, but I do want to give thanks where thanks is due, and it is. So yes, these are unfortunately expensive compared to concrete anchors, which kind of sucks, and I've never used these before, so I think it's time to learn how to use them. Drill, brush, pour, hammer, top up, flush. Seems straightforward enough. I also watched a couple of install videos before this, so I think I know what I'm doing. The first step here, I really can't wait until my new tripod comes in, because this is as tall as you guys get for now. First step is to take the rail off of the things and put it into place, which will be my first time seeing it in position, painted, fully finished, just not bolted in. And this is where placement is gonna be very important, because once this thing's in, it's in. So let's just set it roughly where it's gonna go. Wow, this looks so sick. The distance that the rail sits in comparison to the lip of the bank, or whatever we're calling that distance right there is going to play a huge role as to how this skates and how easy or difficult or how good or bad it feels. So I need to do this. I mean, I guess it's preference at the end of the day, you know what I mean? But I want to make sure that it's right for my preference. Originally, you can see I had marked there, but I soon found out that it was a little too close. So I think what I'm gonna do is, right now the rail's obviously not bolted in, it's just kinda chilling, so we can't actually skate it, but we can skate over it. I just want to start feeling like the popping points where just that feeling that it's actually you know what I mean? I really gotta move that stuff. you can kind of see, I mean, we already knew this, but there's a bunch of different ways to skate it, so the orientation really matters. Obviously, just a normal flat bar, you can pop on, pop out on that side. The orientation of it doesn't really matter for that, because that's just flat ground. Coming down the driveway or coming out of the garage and doing, you know, popping on into the bank or doing trick into the bank. If the rail is too far back, meaning away from the lip, you're gonna clip on the, you clip on the lip. No one wants a lip clip. I think the biggest and most important one is if you're coming down the driveway and popping onto the rail back into the bank, or from the extension in there onto the rail back into the bank. That's where this distance really shines through, because if it's too close, you're just gonna like bash into it instead of popping high enough. But if it's too far, like too far that way, you start biting into how fun it is to skate from this side going in and all that kind of stuff. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna come in from the extension, zoom on in, and do a couple different tricks over the rail that way, just to get a gauge of how it feels. To my eyeballs at least, like where it sits now feels pretty good. It's feeling good because I want to be able to comfortably gap over it without running into it, but also to be able to feel like I can land on it comfortably when if I want to grind. I really want to grind it, but I can't yet, obviously. Honestly, I think that distance is good. I want to go through with a tape measure and make sure all the legs are the same distance. So again, this lip isn't completely even. I just want it like within a couple inches. So we got about 10 inches there. We'll go through and measure the last one. Here we're at about 8. So let's scoot this back like that maybe. Boom. Okay, that puts us at 10 inches, and we'll go through and measure the middle. That one's actually perfect, right on 10. That one's like 8 and 3. That one's like 9. Let's see if we can scoot that back just a little bit without moving either of the ends. Okay, there's like 9.5. That one's perfect, 10. Measure the first one again, make sure we didn't move. That's 10. Make sure these ones are still in place. 9.5 and 10. Okay, so that is our final resting point. I sort of drew out how these anchors work. So you drill a big old 7/8 inch hole and you put the actual anchor itself into the ground. Well, actually first you fill the hole with grout and then you shove the anchor into the grout filled hole. Hammer it down so that the head of the anchor is flush with the ground, and then once that actually cures, then you put the foot or the base plate of the rail over that top little flange. You put the washer on top of that and the 1/4 inch bolt through that, and it clamps it down. Each one of these anchors is rated at 1,500 pounds of pull force, and that's per anchor. There was some equation that they gave me if you're using multiple anchors like we are, because we have 3 per foot. There was some mathematical equation to show how much pull strength you have, but we don't care. We're just gonna do it. I just want to make sure that I understand everything before we start drilling and grouting and all that. This is the anchor. This goes into the hole, and then we have our bolt and our washer that then go, you know, on top of the rail base plate into that and kind of screw in there. See, so this is now a question that I have. This little red thing just came out. It was resting in the hole like that, but it just like popped out, and it doesn't have a hole in it. So I'm wondering if it was just to like keep debris out of there during shipping, or if you're supposed to actually do it on top of there. More instruction reading, shall we? It's a debris stopper. So we take these things out. Good to know. This is just, so this brings up our first issue. Issue is a strong word, but no, it's an issue. These anchors come in packs of 4, and as of now, we only have 2 of them, which is 8 total for those of you that are a little mathematically slow like myself. The problem here, obviously, is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base plates, and each base plate has 1, 2, 3 holes. Again, for those mathematically slow people, 5 times 3 is 15. I already ordered the other 2 boxes of anchors, but they don't get here until middle of next week, which is like 6 days from now. And the dilemma that we're running into, obviously, is we can't mount this without all of the anchors, because we'd have to move each of these to drill the bigger holes, because these are 1/4 inch. The holes we gotta drill are 7/8 inch. That's sort of what I was trying to figure out here is if these can be like removed or if that'll kind of compromise the integrity of the threads and everything. You have to be able to remove it, right? Do we sacrifice one? We're gonna sacrifice one because I guess I bought 4 packs of 4, so we'll have 16 anchors. We only need 15, so this is our sacrificial anchor. I just want to crank it down and see if we can unthread it and then thread it back in, so that maybe we can mount it with half the anchors now. Maybe skate it. We'll see how it feels structurally. I don't want to rip them out. And then next week, dude, I can't wait till next week to skate this, bro. I found out it's not like a Phillips head. It's a Torx. A T30 is the right fit there. So I figured we're using only the right tools here. We have a little adapter, right, that goes to there, and then we have another little adapter that goes to there, and then both of those adapters with the Torx tip on it go onto the impact, and then we're very gentle. All right, sacrificial anchor. This is safe, right? Oh man, she grips in there. Yeah, I need to use like vice grips. All right, now we drive it in. Oh man, that feels snug. That's reassuring in terms of like pull force. Cause yeah, I mean, that's in there. And now we see if we can remove it and then retighten it and see if it still offers the same grip. So this is out, and let's try threading it back in and see if it still feels like it has the same grip. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think we're good. The reason I wanted to test that is because here's the new plan. We go through and we drill all 15 holes using that giant 7/8 inch masonry bit that we have. We go through with the grout and we actually use all 8 anchors, right? We actually grout them in, we get them done and finished. We get the rail bolted up using 8 of the required 15 anchors, because we only have 8, obviously. See how it feels, like see if we have enough strength to skate it without worrying about ripping them out of the ground. And then next week, when the rest of the anchors come, we remove the bolts, we pull back the rail, we add the rest of the anchors, and then we anchor them all in. That's the plan. I'm gonna go through and pre-drill everything, because look, this is you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. I'm gonna pre-drill everything with the 1/4 inch bit, because that I can actually fit that drill through the base plates on the rail to make sure everything's perfectly lined up. And we got our hammer drill here, and we're gonna toss these in. It's pretty crazy too. We're supposed to go 6 inches deep into the asphalt. So this thing is massive. I gotta mark 6 inches on this, but this one's exactly 6 inches, so we can just go balls deep on this one. Oh, I don't know why I'm so nervous. And I guess here we go. I'm trying to make it straight. Probably speed it up a little bit. Oh my God. I just thought of something that I want to avoid. I got these 3 drilled and I was gonna start moving down the line, but I did notice, like when I start drilling, there's slight movement because nothing's bolted in right now. The last thing I want to do is go through and drill all 15 of them and then find out that over the course of the 30 feet, it started shifting a little bit. So I think we're just gonna go leg by leg and get these bolted in and then move on. This thing is gnarly. Hold on, I gotta mark 6 inches on it. Looks like that right there is 6 inches. Now we got our 6 inch line, and we're gonna go through those 1/4 inch holes and just get in there. Oh yeah, get in there, baby. I don't know why that's so crazy to me. I don't know why that felt so like intense. There's our 3 7/8 inch holes, and again, I'm over complicating this first one just so we can verify that everything works and lines up and all that. I want to make sure the anchor fits, make sure the holes line up. Yeah, so that's all good. Then we'd hammer it in after. Okay, I mean, I guess we just do it. I guess worst case scenario, if some of our holes don't end up lining up, like they're a little bit off, we can always drill those out to make them bigger. Hopefully we'll be good. So let's get to grouting and hammering. Okay, we have our grout and we have a 1/2 cup of water. It says just put the 1/2 cup in here and then knead the bag until it reaches like a honey-like consistency and then pour it in. Here goes nothing. Knead to honey consistency. Okay. This is a very weird texture in here. It kind of makes me uncomfortable for some reason. Kind of feeling like honey. A little thin, but honey nonetheless. All right, how long is this supposed to last? Should I have drilled all my holes? Probably should have thought of that, but whatever. We're just gonna do one at a time here. Fill up the hole. I have the bolt and the washer in. They said to leave it in so you can hammer it in. Ew, that's a weird feeling. Hammer it flush. All right, let's do the other two. This makes sense because now the anchor is binding to this stuff as opposed to the asphalt, and this is like a concrete grout. So this is what gives it the strength. Stick that one in there. Stick that one in there. Nice. Now I guess we just wait now, or I don't even know what we do now. Okay, I got a little ahead of myself, and I got these bolted in, and then I got the last one bolted in. Boom. So that's 6. We have 2 left, and we have 3 legs left. What I was thinking, I wanted to get the first one fully in with all 3, and the last one fully in with all 3. I'm thinking we do 1 in this leg and 1 in this leg, because we're like from the bank, that's where most of the pressure is gonna be going. The rest of it's just like popping on right at the beginning and going all the way. So I want like this area to have the most support until the other anchors, like, you know what I mean? We're just kind of trying to get it skatable for the next 4 days until the anchors come. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and drill the last 9 holes, but then go through and only grout the 2 that we have, obviously. Kind of a time-consuming process, so I think I'm just gonna set the camera up in the shade and time-lapse it so I can knock this out, let it start curing, and skate it. All right, we got the final bolt going in. Full transparency, I'm not perfect. I did have to go through and drill some second holes in a lot. Like these ones I haven't done yet because the anchors aren't in. You can see that realistically I could loosen that and push the washer over so you couldn't notice, but I didn't really think about the fact that once the anchor's in there, it still has some play. So I did have to go through and drill out some extra holes. This one was like a super severe one. I had to drill a whole second hole, which of course means that one's gonna be off and that one's gonna be off. So this one's gonna take some drilling. This one was less off, but I made them 1/4 inch holes, and hindsight is 20/20, whatever that saying is. Probably should have just made them like 1/2 inch holes so they had more play. Just would have saved me some work, but I mean it'll work regardless. This is the last one going in. I tried to put, you can see that I chose the one closest to the bank on this one, and I chose the one farthest from the bank on this one. Not actually sure if it's gonna help, but I would try to like put pressure on that side and that side because we're only using 1 out of the 3 for each of those for now. Trying to just make it as like structurally sound. But here we go, zapping her in, there she goes. Go through and tighten everything one more time. There we go. Oh, that is sturdy, baby. That one is as sturdy as can be. This one only has 1 in it, but it doesn't move. This one also only has 1 in it, super sturdy. This one has 0 in it, and this one has a little bit of wiggle, as you'd expect. It's not bolted in. But then this one is, again, as solid as it could be. Kind of working with what we got, or with what we don't have, because we don't have those remaining anchors. It should still be skatable, and I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's go through and clean everything off, and then we gotta wax it. It's gonna feel like I'm committing a sin, like I just made it so beautiful and painted it, then we gotta wax it. Wow, dude, it looks so sick. Da 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 da. Oh, it's time. First contact. Boom! Now we got a whole big old 30-foot rail to wax. I've tainted it. It is no longer perfect. I'm for sure gonna over wax this, and wish I didn't wax it as much, but whatever. I want it to be nice and buttery, you know, for our first time skating it, first time breaking it in. All right, that should be good. I don't even know what I want to do first. Oh, I'm just gonna drop in. Oh, man. All right. Drop-in action. All right, we just gotta grind it. I don't think I've ever been this happy in my entire life. Nice and slow, just little 50-50 right there. Feel it out. Oh my God. This is insane, dude. Straight up, this is the coolest thing I've ever made in my entire life, hands down. I don't think I've ever felt this accomplished in my entire 26 years of being on this planet. I mean, I guess, it's a 30 foot and 20 inches. So that's what, 31 feet, 8 inches. That's how long the rail is. There's no point in having a 31 foot and 8 inch rail if you don't skate the entire 31 foot and 8 inch rail. Let's just try back feeble all the way, pop into the bank. First try, baby, holy shit. I gotta move this. We're still working on this, don't worry. I still wanna make the bump to bar, but maybe we put it in a different location now, because that's kind of, this is taking priority for now. I wanna pull all of this out of the way so we can actually skate it front side and do like Smith pop out or nose grind pop over or pop out would be sick. Or should I say overcrook? I should say, why am I fighting for their side? It's an overcrook. Overcrook and nose grind are two separate tricks. You guys gaslit me into thinking that they're not. Probably just lift it up. Oh. Yeah. Look at that, opens up prime real estate for skating that. Love that. Oh, you know, that reminds me. Got a lot of people telling me, dude, why are you doing all this effort and you should just get the driveway repaved? Nah, it's a street spot. Imagine, just like subtly low-key put it in a street part and like don't mention that it's a homemade skate spot. I know someone that did that. Hey, I mean, bro, getting the entire driveway repaved is not a cheap endeavor. MB, I mean, bro, it skates fine. It's like, it's the road. It's an outdoor street spot. It's more than, if I ever come into like hundreds of thousands of dollars one day, sure. But like real world scenario, it is fine. Let's try to get, I do want to get like Smith pop in, I think would be sick. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I mentioned overcrook pop back in. That'd be sick. I just don't know if that's like in my skill level right now. Let's give it a few tries, shall we? Oh, that's kind of scary. Let me out here. I'm gonna do like overcrook pop to that way first. I guess that's a cool way to skate it too. Okay, that's what we don't want to do. Okay, there it is. I'm so scared. Like going to that side because you're landing on a bank is so much scarier. This is gonna be great practice though, man. Oh, imagine that's a handrail. I just would have sacked myself. Okay, now other side. That was fun. Oh, I'm so scared to go that way. Oh! All right, I got that. God. Oh my God. Definitely feels like a street spot when you fall. It's the first day of having it. I'm taking that. Well, sucks is a very, very strong word. It doesn't suck at all. But like, I am so fried from clocking 10, 11, 12-hour days, building this for the past 2 or 3 days now. I'm beat to like skate right now. Like I don't really want to push myself, but we've skated it this way, we've skated it this way, we've skated it this way. One of my favorite things about it is like, yeah, sick, you can skate it as a bank to rail, which is super cool that we're utilizing that. But also it's long enough that you can just skate it just like a regular flat bar, either front side or back side. You have plenty of space on both sides. Also, I just thought about this too. It is so long that there's a lot of jokes to be made with that starter. We can do like trick, pop out on that side, and then another trick, pop in, or you can even do like 3 or 4. Let's try that. Let's mess with that. Trick here, pop out, and then trick here, pop in. What was that? Oh, that's so sick! I'm so sorry if I'm like feeling overreactive. I'm so stoked right now. I want to do a little back Smith, but I'm trying to avoid popping right on this one because that's the one with no anchors in it. Realistically, like it might just wiggle a bit. It should be fine, but last minute I like remembered that and panicked. Whoa, that's scary. It's like, it's no different than a flat bar, but something about knowing there's a bank there makes it a whole different mental game for me. Okay, I think I'm fine to pop there, honestly. Okay, next try. Mission success. I'm scared to go faster. I'm hyped to see, like, as I build up courage to everything, and there are a couple things I want to bondo. Same way we use some concrete filler for this crack, for the stair set and the rail. Definitely want to do that right here, just so you can skate, like, early on the rail, because right now I'm popping on, like, the second one. Who knows what these are, but I want to patch those as well. There's actually a bunch of stuff, like, on the upper level. I mean, we have a bunch of crack filler. I gotta dedicate, like, a day, or maybe a couple days to actually repairing and maintaining all of the driveways here, preferably before winter, so a bunch of water doesn't get in there. That's just something I've been procrastinating. But once I do that is when I'll fix all this stuff as well. I can fill all like the big cracks, like this stuff. Maybe I could fill if I really care. This is like the chunkiest it is right here. The rest of it's pretty fine. This is great, dude. This was really best case scenario with how this rail came out, and we're really hyped. That was supposed to be a crook, but that was a nose slide. I'm trying, like, I don't know if I'm doing feeble 50-50 or feeble 50-50, feeble 50-50. Kind of just like going on this way and seeing how far down I can make it. Oh, that was crook to nose slide. Go. As sick as this is, dude, this is about as big of a success as we can possibly get. I want to keep it that way. I'm at that like level of tiredness and fatigue, and it's 103 degrees outside right now. I want to end on a good note, and I'm at that like level of just where injuries happen. It's just not worth it. Day one of having this done. Also, I feel like I'm kind of pushing my luck with no anchors in that one, the one in that one, the one in that one. Just rather end it on a good note. That's what I'm getting at here. Probably just gonna yap, or not even probably. I'm gonna yap for the rest of the video. So if you were just here for the skating, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next video. To those of you still here showing support, appreciate you. I don't know how to put it into words really, so I think I'm just gonna say whatever words come to my head. I really enjoyed this. Like I had a lot more than I thought I would, I think. Whereas like building wooden ramps, for example, like we built the quarter pipe and like stuff like that, I didn't really enjoy that much. Like it was fun to do and it made for a great video, but I just wasn't a huge fan of the whole like woodworking thing. Not that I got that deep into it, but you know what I mean. Metal, on the other hand, like this has been so, like I don't know what it is, why it resonates with me so much, but I actually want to pursue this. I've been thinking about taking some local welding classes. I've been talking to a couple like professional fabrication homies that I have. Sort of said like, unless you're trying to get licensed or a certification or whatever to get like a union job or whatever, it's kind of pointless because you can learn everything online if you need to. But like I really think that I accidentally like stumbled upon a hobby that I really want to pursue. Obviously, believe it or not, I'm a skateboarder, so it correlates very well with being able to make skatable obstacles, but also so much more than that. It transfers over very well to the car world. Like what if one day I can make like a roll cage for the 240, or just being able to like custom fabricate some brackets that I need, or like I can make some seat mounts or like stuff like that. It sort of has opened like this endless possibilities that I've been thinking about, and I have some more tools. Again, like I know I sound like a broken record saying this, but I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, all the money made from this video goes to this, and like no one ever does shit with it. Like no one means it. Full transparency, I'm pretty deep into my own savings with machinery, like YouTube and even with channel memberships, like that hasn't covered it. Not that it should by any means. Like this is my hobby that I'm choosing to do. It's my money, obviously. I'm not expecting it to be paid for from social media. I will, like that'd be nice, obviously, but it's not your guys' responsibility. You know, I do just kind of want to reiterate my thanks to you guys, because even people that aren't channel members, YouTube ad revenue has helped a ton. Like YouTube ad revenue has made it possible to get this stuff. While not covering it fully, obviously, it's made it all possible. And that's just people watching the videos. Like you don't need to become a channel member to support. I'm always showing love towards the channel members, and while I do appreciate you guys, it's like equal love to those that just watch the videos and like the videos, comment, like push them into the algorithm, get some new eyes on the channel. Like it all helps. I don't want to give away, well, you know what, I'm not going to give away our next couple projects. I'll just say that we have, so like this is just the beginning, and I really mean that. Like this is the starter pack for what's to come in the next couple of weeks and months, as hopefully I stick with this and I get better. That's sort of the goal here, both for social media and just for myself and like a possible like side hobby, side hustle, whatever. Super excited to see sort of where this all goes, where this ends up, where this takes me. But on the social media side of things, I cannot say thank you enough. So thank you again. Love you guys. Excited for what the future holds, and I'm gonna go take a shower and probably go to sleep very early today. I'm sleep deprived. Thanks for watching. Peace out.